Hey guys, this is Dardamos with FeatherFall. Our Earth's make of Doom has cast teleport, and we are one turn away from winning the game. I have jumped onto the last throne. Nah, just kidding. So we cast teleport. One of the reasons that we're gonna do this, we're going underwater in order to make that bishop fish that I was telling you guys about last turn. So the great enchantress has claimed the guy. Oh my, I hate this one. Okay, so the Throne of Gaia adds a bunch of random crappy events that make life miserable. It's kind of like Illwinter. So I guess we can't complain, or that people can't complain about Illwinter anymore. We did get the Eternal Pyre, so we're getting a whole bunch of more fire gems. I'm now making lightless lanterns as fast as I possibly can. I probably will make as many as I possibly can each turn. We did Conjuration 6. We are rolling on our research. Anything else that's really no, nothing. I'm getting a little late. I've made like 4 episodes tonight, and I'm forgetting how exhausting this is to do. So Pomaria once again jumped onto one of my Dionis. This is kind of turning into a very, very bad day. Maybe at foresight though, because this is what I was expecting him to do from the beginning. Because remember, I took like a bunch of this gear off so he wouldn't die too easily. Well, I still kept, this armor of knights is really good because Memoria can't make that. It's a construction 8 item, and then that's a 10 item construction 8 item. So or construction 6 item. I'm sorry, guys. So both of those things are really really good, and he doesn't have boots, which would be so he can actually take that one over. Um, but they do have body armor, so he's probably hoping he can get those boots of quickness by doing this, which is a good idea. But for some reason, he set his guys to retreat. The heck? Huh. I guess maybe he's making fun of me for my stupidity. I don't know. Um, I need to see if I need to come back here and see if there was any like maybe I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. Okay, so we took our first province. Uh, Van Charles are once again on the prowl. Oh, Gnome Peaks. We had a serious battle here. So this is one of our raids with one of our small raiding forces. And we're coming against. Oh no, it's Bear Tribe. Uh, that's really weird. Oh, that's what I thought. I saw losses. Okay, so these Pokemon and Cho are just gonna get their butts kicked because they always get just crushed. Um, Goblins just are crappy units in general. Just absolutely crap. So yeah, we lost the chief. We lost half the goblins, and I think that's the last we're gonna see of them. So the Genja came in, and this is really cool, guys. Mid to late game, this is what you'll see a lot of raiding forces from Niflheim. And when I played against this Niflheim player in my first game, this is kind of what I had to deal with a little bit. Not too much. He was more into Scrotty, but like you just use Skella spam, and this is more than enough to deal with 6 PD worth of troops. And anything more, what ends up happening is that she ends up fatiguing herself out. Your forces kill all these things, and for one reason or another, she runs away. But yeah, that was enough to kill that. So okay. I mean, he once again tries to relieve a siege and finds that I left one guy behind. And at this point, like his Moloch has spent so much time playing whack a mole and not been killing my armies. And I think he wants to kill my armies. He's being proactive about it. But when you've only got one piece and the other guy's got 10 pieces, I mean, what can you do? I've got mobility on my side, and that's one of the things that I talked to the player, and he said like you fly all over the place, and you'll see like my troops are going through his territory and jumping over like 2 provinces at a time, and that's the advantage of this. And it's one of the things I had a hard time after playing this battle or playing as fight was like playing as like I was playing MA Ulm at the time, and they're like 1 province per turn, driving me absolutely nuts. And the mobility is kind of where it's at. We're talking about World War, or sorry, we're talking about some of the real life wars in World War II. you had the mobility of the Blitzkrieg and you know, the mobility of the flanking force of tanks, and the and not just like, because you tanks on their own are kind of are very vulnerable, unlike my Dione, which, you know, are a one-man army. Uh, so you normally have like a mobilized force. So you have infantry supported tanks or tanks supporting infantry, but you normally have some sort of way to fast action move and push, like drive a hole with the armor, and then once you drive that hole, you just push through, and that mobility is going to make it where you can just take over swaths of territory. And that's kind of what happened. I took over his entire cap circle, and he wasn't able to make any more troops. I was able to take over his forts, and he wasn't able to produce any more troops. He wasn't able to get any more income from the area. And meanwhile, I've got troops pretty much everywhere. Whereas, you know, he's got his troops concentrated, and he didn't have the number of thugs to be able to counter us. In that first couple of turns, when we took out 2 or 3 thugs, and then we did it again and again and again, and I think that we've probably killed about 8 to 10 of his thugs. And he just doesn't have anything left, and it's at this point, we're not risking anything by putting our troops all over the place. Small risks. I mean, I guess a Dione, I could lose a Dione every single turn, but we seem to be able to predict where he's going to be able to put his force and where he's not. The other thing is he has to watch out, because if he puts an army against me and I get lucky, my Dione could actually kill one of his armies. These things are full out super combatants that can kill an entire army. Especially if there's no holy scourges on site, which, you know, or midget masters in the hands of those stupid Fomorian kings. So he's got one piece, we've got a lot. Oh, okay, hold on. That was CERN. Okay, so he comes in and he does wax me, but now we've got a problem. Or now, Neefel has decided that he's had enough of this. So we kind of anticipated this move. If you remember, we decided to just push forward. We're gonna try to go for the throne, and Neefel was gonna take over the siege in the background. And in fact, he's gonna try to for the throne as well. And we've come across the last queen. So I want to watch this because this is a huge battle. This will be the end of Hinnom. Hinnom doesn't have a lot of forces, at least none that we've seen. Maybe he's got an army that's out of position, but it's not going to matter to us. So he has a Holy Scourge, which will demolish our Dione. He's got all these guys on top of his Moloch that will kill a large amount of my little troops. So you've got the Dione killer, you've got the army killer. This troop right here is designed to kill Yomi. I don't have a counter to this, but Niflheim is a counter. A brand isn't going to kill these guys. A brand isn't going to do squat. In addition, like, he's got every one of these guys blessed with a monster bless. I don't know how he's going to kill these guys. A Holy Scourge isn't going to cut it. I mean, they're not demons. This guy isn't kitted for killing Neefel giants. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't have a piece of body armor. I guess 18 Dawn armor is not bad, so I shouldn't be complaining too much, because that Dawn armor, the encumbrance isn't the greatest, but I guess that's not bad. Yeah, I guess I can't complain. That's not bad. So he has Soul Vortex. So at this point, we do have a problem because Soul Vortex is out, which will pretty much act like a vampire. So he can survive through that, I guess. Regeneration, personal regeneration. Okay, but my buddy has a thug, and this thug has a flesh eater, and this flesh eater will give him encumbrance problems like there's no tomorrow. And we did get a hit off, but it doesn't look like there's a flesh eater. Okay, we ate one of those Graphite warriors, so his bodyguards just got hit. However, we just took some monster hits. Okay, so we just lost half of our hit points on a very valuable thug. And if you see, we're just not regenning fast enough. This guy's probably not long for this world. Oh, but maybe he is. Who knows? Okay, so Magnus is taking some magic damage. Yep, there goes our thug, and we made a huge mistake. That was a scripting error to no end. Okay, so if you see, this guy is now up to 177 fatigue. What happens? These guys have a chill aura. That pretty much everybody. So he's getting like 10 fatigue damage from here, and 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. And that's every single turn until his fatigue is up to 177. And at this point, you're more than likely going to get critically hit. Now, the nice thing is he does have fatigue reduction, but I don't know what 6 reinvigoration is going to do against 177. Now, this guy looks like, yeah, he does have cold resistance. And what's interesting, guys, is that your cold resistance is doubled against fatigue. So even though it's only 5, the chill aura is a 10. So 5 times 2 is 10. He's not going to get a whole lot. He might get some occasionally from, like, RNG, I think. I think there's a, I don't know, there's normally a DRN and everything. But who knows? Maybe this might actually work out just fine for him. I mean, he didn't get that flesh eater. That flesh eater didn't take a hit. Is absolutely amazing. Okay, and we're not dealing any damage to this dude. And somehow this guy's actually surviving too. So my hat's off to him. This looks like it's gonna be successful. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be successful. We've got no solution to this. What we need some specialized thugs that can come in and kill this. Okay, so we did, if you see, we did end up getting, like, that, you see at 27 right there. What ended up happening is that this guy ended up just getting critted to death. And if we want to look at him in the unit, where is he? Magnus the Melkart. If you just see, like, all his fatigue damage. And he took 27 damage here. He took 7 there. And he just got chipped down. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired right now, so being able to see, like, what happened. Yeah, like, he got 11 points of damage here. Attack, defense. Okay, so his defense, he's getting, parried down, so, like, everything hits. So, it's 34 damage versus 33 defense, but we critical, because he's got a, because he's fatigued out. So, I don't see it. We're not gonna kill this guy though. Okay, so he routed though. So what ended up happening is that these guys are nothing but big old piles of hit points, and he finally just took so much damage from the regeneration, because it still counts that damage as you regen it. It's not the total amount of hit points that are remaining from the original, but it's how many. So that's why you can, like, kill something that regens enough, and even though they're regenning all their hit points, you'll still get them to rout because they've taken so much damage. And even though they're at 100% hit points, they'll still rout. And that's what it'll happen a lot with Niflheim in their Scrotty. So CERN, this was a very painful attack. And in the real thing, he retreated a lot sooner. But that Nifl Jarl did end up dying in the real match. But like what we saw, the Moloch did get away. But at this point, like, he lost all these guys. So he's gonna have to find replacements for the 2 Melkarts, that's almost 1,000 gold right there. So 1,300 gold for 500 gold plus. Yeah, I guess it probably came out about even, but he has nothing left. Like, he has no more money left. Okay, so Dione crushes face, and again a sight searcher. Okay, he tried to dump PD against the Dione. That didn't work. Dione went in with some Koonis. Poor guys. Oh, this is kind of interesting. What happened here? Okay, so these are the guys that retreated, and once again they retreat again. I don't know what's going on with this, guys. I don't really understand why he retreated like that. Yeah. Oh well. It was a big mistake though. Because he could have killed some of my Dionis. He could have killed at least one of my Dionis. So against a PD dump, another PD dump that just is not gonna work. Um, really? Wow. That's 10 PD right there that these dire wolves killed. An ore mine. That's awesome. Uh, Severely damaged. Perena is actually falling. Memoria is not, which isn't surprising. Oh, we got some Dione there. Um, and we got two new famous heroes, which reminds me, we should go look statistics. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. If we look at it, we still have two of these guys are still alive. But dead. Poor Hero Fumi. Um, Iron Man, and then ours, theirs, ours, dead, theirs, ours, dead. So like if you see like especially in the bottom parts, we're starting to kind of take over the Hall of Fame. Koichi's getting off. At this point, I'm realizing that we've probably got the game in the bag. So I think I'm going for one of like there's some spell that lets you. Oh yeah. Ritual Rebirth. So what we're hoping to do is to bring him back to death, bring him back to life. And in fact, with this Ritual of Rebirth, we can get another Dione for 15 gems. I don't know exactly how this works. I'd never done it before. But like maybe see if we can get like Dione for 15 death gems, which 15 death gems for a super combatant chassis that also has, is on the Hall of Fame and has Hall of Fame stats. Like sure, I'll take that. So we're going after alt at this point, and this is probably long overdue because it has End of Weakness. Looking back, End of Weakness should have been first before Construction 7. If I would have gotten End of Weakness rather than Construction 7, I mean, as far as I know, and now because he killed me with Foul Vapors, but maybe in future battles I'd be able to actually use that one instead. We're moving our troops up further. Again, we're doing some more raiding, but if you see, like, Hinam's done. Hinam's cap circle is just about ours. We're missing one. Um, and that's a non-production, so he's not getting any production. He's making mages, which kind of stinks for us. But real quick, to hit these shamans right here have the ability to communion up and possibly do some mind control shenanigans. Soul Slave shenanigans. Mind Blast would not be too terrible, but still not fun. And because of that, they might be able to or they might be able to kill one of my Dione. So I'm staying clear of it. If they want to come out, sure, cool. Then I can actually deal with that. But I'm sorry, guys. We have ended our raids. Our raids are only going to go up to here. I really don't have any reason to raid any farther. Real quick, my monolith has stayed here. He's going to search. They're going to give me this site, and then I'm going to make a lab next turn. And the turn after, I'm going to make a, I'm going to, what was it? I'm going to do, oh no, they're making a lab right here. I'm sorry. He's going to make a lab. He's going to give it to me, and then we're going to cast, summon, summon Bishopfish. So this guy right here, the cool thing is that it doesn't check for drowning until the end of the turn, I think. So I'm going to give this thing to the Bishopfish, and then I'm going to walk out that turn so the Bishopfish can have it, and I can like, get it off of him. So we got plans. I never used a Bishopfish before, so I'm kind of excited. Sorry, guys, I'm getting really tired at this point. I'm just getting super late. Uh, okay, we are moving on. It looks like he actually does have a real army. Or wait, hold on. Does he have a real army here? That looks like his army. Yeah, he has a real army here, but it's all chaff. We don't care about that. Oh wait, no, I do care about that. Huh, that's interesting. I'm still gonna push. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna raid over this last bit, and then hopefully, just remember, guys, that if he decides to go after me and try to relieve Femoria, and I have guys in behind him, number one, he's afraid because if he does retreat, he'll be dead. And the other thing is that he's getting raided in behind, so why not turn around and try to take this stuff out? So what I'm doing is kind of buying for time. He is actually building armies up here, and or sorry, Saramatia. Saramachi, I found out, was actually working with him the whole time. Kind of just trying to work with him and just kind of staying in the game. He's done. I mean, he died. His partner Abyssia almost died immediately. They both had a really bad start. Which just kind of turned this game into kind of like a little lopsided. But oh well. It's not anything abnormal. Other than that, we've got an army here now. Where it's enough to actually start cracking this fort. Um, Farina. Let me see what Farina has. Farina is severely damaged, so probably next turn they'll be knocked down. We do not have an army here. In fact, I don't even know. Oh, because okay, so this is what happened. I told you guys about this. Famoria is literally being locked down by a single Kaoni. That's the only thing that's stopping Famoria from getting income, from producing commanders, from producing troops, is a single Kaoni. So pretty awesome. What I'm hoping is that he looks at this, he gets really ticked off, and like, I could have, broken out last turn, and so he tries to break out, and then Fumimuchi is gonna come over and eat his face. So at this point, all we're doing is getting prepped. We did take Great Woods, with these two guys, and then we're gonna have an army coming in next turn, so we can actually break it. So at that point, we will be solid. This is where I think the next big fight's gonna be. If you remember, he does have some. He has three Repite warriors. I guess those. Oh no, I thought the Melkarts are the ones that we were scared of. Yeah, the Repite warriors are just commander or some Kunyang troops. The Melkarts had stupid base things. Holy scourges! Holy Batman! I'm getting tired. Holy, they have holy scourges, and so I'm kind of worried about him coming over here and eating my two guys because that's a lot of gems. Other than that, we're moving some troops. Or no, we're moving scouts in because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scout out this area so that I can raid the crud out of it. I also want to know what troops are coming over after me because they promised that they would be coming soon. So long story short, oh hey, look at this guy. This guy's doing Pal Riders. So one of the things that Pal Riders does is it lets you go underwater. And this guy is going to, I mean, just to give you an idea, Pal Riders, or no, cast, death, Pal Riders, Pal Riders, Pal Riders. 20 plus 2 for every extra level. It's a 3. So he's gonna get 4 and then 6 more. So I get like 26 fast moving undead horsies for a handful of death gems. Not too bad. So I think it's for 10 death gems. 26 horsies for 10 death gems. It's I still think that the Shikomi are probably better in a war line, but considering that I can move from here all the way over to here in like one turn just because of those guys, I like the horsies. I like the horsies, and not only that, Brave Soul will be here next turn, so I'll actually have a leader for the horsies. And if you do that twice for 20 death gems, you can get a pretty sizable, like you can get 50 some odd horsies, and those guys will just wreck a raiding line through. They do just as well as a Dione for against PD. Now anything beyond PD, I'd be kind of worried about, but oh well. So, okay, guys, I'm kind of dying here. Well, we looked at my research. We're going after End of Weakness. Mercenaries. My buddy has picked up every mercenary on the market so that he can go over and siege the crud out of Berillion. After the big victory here, where did his Melkart? Did his Melkart die? Holy crap. I didn't realize this in the main game. His Melkart is dead, guys. Or not his Melkart, his whatever dude. It dead. It has nowhere to retreat. And I got better news. So earlier tonight, about an hour ago, I popped open a cola, and I still have some left, guys. Oh man, this is the greatest news of the night. Um, well, actually, second place. Killing this guy was amazing. I didn't realize this. Maybe I realized it at the time, but um, since he retreated with this guy, with his Moloch, he retreated, and I mean, maybe he didn't expect us to go here. I don't know. I mean, I guess we took over that province, but yeah, we had this one last time. So I guess he just expected to win. And if you remember, CERN was gifted to hit or Femoria because they needed to move their pretender over. They like he was sitting here ready to be eaten. So instead of getting eaten, they gifted it over, and then immediately we jumped on CERN, and it hasn't been able to be given back to Hinam yet. And Hinam really doesn't have any place to go. And yeah, I mean, it's just like this guy's here, and his lines are way far forward, so he's like way behind lines at this point. Now, granted, like these four provinces were taken this turn, but you know, man, I didn't realize that's absolutely terrible. So the last queen was taken. Um, Hinam is still good to go. We're taking the two thrones we need for victory, and it's looking like this is the end. Uh, Granted, if other people catch on, we could be in for a throne fight. Tianchi sounds like they kind of have a good idea. So here in the next, 3 to 5 turns, depending on how bad my memory is, they will be coming up as well. I think that this fight right here, this Oblak, I think that really messed them up because they were gonna, no, because in order, like, they're gonna probably take their army and take Oblak back. Um, I told my buddy if he could move his scout here so we could see what army he's gonna have. And when he takes it, he's gonna because whatever's coming up, he's not gonna leave this in the backfield. It's just silly. He wouldn't leave it in the backfield. So but yep, that's the end of the turn. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, we did about 30 minutes. That's excellent. Okay, guys, I will catch you in the next one. I will probably be I'll probably be making some more of these. So hopefully we'll actually finish up the series. I can do these twice a week for the rest of the time until we get done with the rest or until we're done with the series. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.